Hey guys, welcome back to Q&A for session number 2. I hope all of you guys are doing well. I already see a lot of you guys have already entered the room. Let's just give it 2-3 minutes for people to hop in. Right, we have 42 people right now. And yeah, good to see all of you guys here. Hi Avinash, hi Divya, hi Justin, hi Vivek, hi JM, hi Anmol. Yeah, I can see two Justin, by the way. I thought you have entered the room with two different devices. Hi Debanjali. Hi Neha. Hi Hajira. Wonderful guys. How did your session number 2 go? I know there are a bunch of questions and a lot of concerns that you guys are having. We'll get into it. But before that, how was the content of your session number 2? Right? Did you learn something new? If it is very confusing and if you did not like grasp it real soon, it means it's a good thing. Okay, it's not a bad thing. It's a very good thing to happen because keyword research will solve 50% of your SEO problems, right? Half of your SEO game is with keyword research. If you get this wrong, your entire SEO journey, whatever you're going to do from session 3 to session 8, is never going to matter. I hope you guys get the message there. Does it make sense? Right? So if you do the keyword research, if you get the keyword research right, most of your other things that you go ahead and like do it in your session 3 to 5, 3 to 10, all goes well. Very, very confusing with the keywords. I thought it would be easy, but none of the keywords are going right. It's fine, Hajira. It's a good thing to have. I mean, if keyword research was that easy, right? Everybody out there would be doing it, and like everybody out there would be ranking number one, right? So there's a competition involved here. So it's not very easy, I would say. But then there's a general process to it, a proven method that we have developed from our experiences working with clients and different industries, right? I'm not saying somebody else who is teaching you a different way of doing keyword research is not wrong. It might be working for them, but this is our way of doing things, and that's how you. That's what we would want you guys also to follow. It did shatter old notions about keyword research. That's fantastic, Justin. Earlier, keyword research was low competition and high volume. Yeah, to a certain extent, yes, but we might start doing it slightly differently. And one more thing, guys, please hold on to your questions, right? I am going to go through a couple of things. I'm going to show you a couple of examples. I'm going to show you the assignment task sheet and everything, because last time what happened is there were a ton of questions and I had to go through it again at the end of the session, and it was already answered in the session. So please hold on to your questions. I'll open the Q&A tab at the end of the session so that we don't waste too much time here answering the same questions back. So let me go through and do a demo of everything and then we'll get back. All right. Is that clear, guys? Are we good to get started? Okay, fantastic. Okay, first of all, let me address this particular question, right? So a lot of you guys are confused or finding it difficult to come up with topic ideas, right? Which is why we insisted you to choose a niche uh, that you are knowledgeable about, right? You are interested in, and you have some kind of passion towards it. This will make your keyword research easy, actually. But if you haven't done it and if you have selected a particular niche that interests you, but not necessarily you have some knowledge in, right? It's fine. I'll show you how you can do. topic ideas and everything. So let me hop on to my browser, and just in case you have literally no idea what topics to choose in your niche, what I would say, what I would recommend you guys to do is, I hope you guys are able to see my screen. Please give me a good to go in the chat box if you can see my screen. All right. So the easiest thing to be doing is, in order to find topic ideas, is to go ahead and look for blogs which has already written about your niche. Is that clear? So you are finding certain blogs who have already written topics on your niche. That's the easiest way to find topic ideas, to go to their blog and see what they have written and what kind of topics they have covered. And when you see what kind of topics they have covered, you will also get an idea about what are the keywords they might have covered. All right. So for example, let's say you need to find ideas in the fitness niche. So I'll just type in best blogs in fitness niche. Okay, you can do this for any blogs, and you'll find a ton of blogs that are ranking, or there might be other blogs who have written the best blogs, which are the best blogs in these particular niches. So I'll just click on first results. Right, I can see something called as nerd fitness. Right, I can already see nerd fitness, fit bottom girls, born fitness, and all of those things. So just let me click on one of these and take a look at it. This is the easiest way to do it, guys. This is the very basic step. I'll go on to the other steps later on. All right, you can already see their website here. And if you go to the blog section, you will be able to find out what are the topics they've written. See, these are the topics they have covered. 4 strategies for losing 75 pounds, right? So this topic that they've chosen is basically the title of your article. It need not necessarily be your primary keyword. Is that clear? Your topic and your primary keyword need not be the same, but it can be the same. So your primary keyword that you have chosen will go inside your title, or will go inside your topic here, right? Strategies for losing pounds might be the primary keyword here. So he has written 4 strategies for losing 75 pounds. How Gabe changed his life in 4 steps. These are not really SEO articles, I would say. This might be engagement articles. The ultimate guide for performing lunges, if that's how you pronounce it. So 21 basic yoga poses for beginners. So I hope you guys are getting an idea on how you can go ahead and like find topic ideas. Once you find these topic ideas, we will go ahead and like do keyword research for them. Is that clear, guys? So all you have to do is go to google.com, put in your niche and say top blogs or top articles that have been written in this particular niche. Is that clear? This is the first step for people who are not finding enough topic ideas. And for the rest of the other questions, we will start clearing them one by one. Mitra Kumari is asking, what do you mean by not SEO articles? Not SEO articles in the sense there's not necessarily a demand out there that is already existing for you to write an SEO article. For you to write an SEO article, you need to find a keyword that is being searched by a couple of people out there, right? So if nobody is searching for that particular phrase on Google, it doesn't make sense for you to go ahead and like write an article. Who is going to read it? So these guys, these bloggers have their own audience list, right? They have their own email list and everything where they can like go ahead and like push this article to read, right? It's not very inbound, it's like outbound. You are asking people to read this particular article, and people are not coming to Google and like searching for this particular phrase and finding your article. That is what I mean by not optimized for SEO. He might have not included any keywords. He might have not done keyword research, right? That's what I mean. So SEO in general is a demand fulfilling channel, right? So you need some kind of demand out there to be there so that you can like go ahead and like fulfill it. So that's that. And let's open up Ahrefs real quick. So make sure you don't log in into Ahrefs. Don't start a trial or don't log in into Ahrefs, or you can do this in incognito. If you're logged in, it will show you a separate thing. So once you go to ahrefs.com, you will find keyword generator at the bottom of the page. Also, the link to this particular Ahrefs keyword generator is there in the resource sheet as well. Right, let's just stick to Google as of now, because that's where people search most of the articles. I'll tell you how this particular tool works. Okay, not just this tool, any tool for that matter, any keyword research tool for that matter. So what it does is, you put in one particular keyword in this search box here. What it does is, it will add one more keyword to it, or two more keywords to it, or three more keywords or words to it, in order to give you more keyword suggestions. All right, so if you're searching for something like which has already 3 or 4 words, you're not allowing this tool to generate more suggestions for you. Does that make sense? So if you're adding something, a particular phrase that already has 3 or 4 words in it, it's going to add in the 5th word or the 6th word in order to generate suggestions. So whenever you're like putting in any particular word here, it should be as crisp as possible or as broad as possible, right? So for example, let's say I'll show you some of the examples also. I just did keyword research for a couple of industries here before, I just like half an hour back. So I have this ready. So for example, here, how dishwashers work. All right. So this is the primary keyword I've chosen. So what we'll do is, we'll just go ahead and like type in how dishwasher. All right. So this is like a very broad keyword. This particular keyword is called a seed keyword. All right. So from this seed keyword, you're going to generate a lot of suggestions, out of which you're going to choose your primary keyword, your secondary keyword, and LSI keywords. Is that clear? So I'll just click on find keywords. Yes, seed keyword. It's called a seed keyword or a broad keyword. Anything you can name it. There's no particular term as such, but seed keyword is most commonly used. Right? Now you see how dishwasher is the keyword, that seed keyword that I dropped in. Now can you see that it has added one more word to it, 3 words, 5 words, 5 words again? Can you guys like see this? This is how you generate suggestions. And this particular tool, this particular free tool here is limited for a very obvious reason, because they want to upsell the premium version of it, right? They want you guys to find this particular tool a little difficult, so that you'll go ahead and like purchase the membership and find it easy to do keyword research, right? But there is one more way of finding keywords. So what we'll do is, now that you have seen this particular keyword here, which has like 250 volume, it seems to be a fair volume. It has 250 volume. How dishwasher works is pretty much clear when it comes to the intent, right? Nobody is going to search how dishwasher works and going to expect something else. It is going to be the process on how exactly, how technically, in technical terms, this particular dishwasher might work. So the intent is pretty clear. So we can choose it as a primary keyword, but what we'll do is, we'll go ahead and like find more suggestions. All right, just go to google.com again. This is for people who are finding it difficult, right? How dishwashers work. So I'll just drop in this particular query here, right? You will see something called as the people also asked section here. Are you guys able to see this? I guess, I'm so sorry guys. I guess the dark mode is activated here. But I hope you guys can see the text clearly. If you're not able to see the text clearly, let me know. Okay, you guys can see it. So you can see this people also ask section. This is a very good section inside Google itself to find out different keywords or different questions or different problems that people are facing, right? So this is a very good place to find out all of those things. What I would say is, it's already okay, zoomed into 125%. Okay, you can already see a couple of questions coming in here, which is how a dishwasher works step by step, right? This is a pretty good question. What I would recommend you do is, dump all of these things that you see into a Google sheet first, and then you start segregating it, and then you start narrowing it down. Only then you will be able to find good keywords. Otherwise, you're just going to see this not going to remember it later on. So what I would recommend is just copy all of those things and put it on a Google Sheet. How do a dishwasher work? Do dishwashers really clean dishes? This is a very good subheading that you can subtopic that you can talk about in your article. Are dishwashers effective? How do you start the dishwasher? This is also a good thing. Good LSI keyword. What should you not put in a dishwasher also is a good thing. Once you do that, you also go to the bottom of the section here. You will see something called as related searches, and all of these things is being recommended by Google itself, right? Which means that people are actually searching for it, not necessarily Ahrefs should be showing you a particular data for this, but it means that people are having these questions in their mind which they want to probably find answers to, and through your text content you're going to answer them, right? How dishwashers works in India, how dishwashers works inside animation, somebody is looking for that inside the soap, and a couple of other dishwashers. How to load a dishwasher, right? At the bottom again, how to load a dishwasher, how does a Bosch dishwasher work, and all of those things. So probably you can do this for the first 2 or 3 pages. And what I would recommend you to do next is go through all of these blogs. So people have already written certain blogs on how dishwashers works. Just open it up and go through the blogs. See what are the subheadings that they've covered, subtopics that they've covered. Guys, please hold on to the questions in the chat box. Let's not lose the flow with whatever I am telling right now. I will definitely answer all your questions at the end. So the next thing to be doing is to be going inside a particular blog and seeing what they've written. What are the topics, subtopics that they've covered, right? So people are talking about the basics of dishwasher, using a dishwasher and the guide and everything. So control mechanism and all of those things. Go through all of these topics, understand it very well. So once you understand these topics, you will automatically come up with a lot of keyword ideas. All right. So that's the first thing to be doing. All right. So I'll show you this particular example here. Right. Topic is how dishwasher works. Right. How dishwasher works. 880 volume. You'll see a slight difference because we have done it using the premium version of it. It is completely fine. None of the keyword research tools out there are accurate to the point. None of them. Right. The most precise keyword research tool which might give you much validated data is Ahrefs. The reason being, Ahrefs has their own crawlers, just like Google crawlers, right? They come to your website, crawl your website, and do all of those things. Ahrefs has their own crawlers, which is why most people in the industry find it to be more legit than any other. Uber suggests, though, is if you compare the numbers, it's out of nowhere. So let's just stick to this, right? The criteria here for you is only to be finding primary keywords that have 30 volume, 30 minimum volume. For example, here I've chosen this particular keyword with 250 250 as the volume as my primary keyword. So that's what I've added here. 1 minute. Right. So volume is 880 from a premium tool. So how to use dishwasher? This is your. So a lot of people had this question as well. What is the difference between your secondary and LSI keywords? Or how do you like differentiate between them? Do you guys have this question as well? Let me know in the chat box. Okay, for all the people who have this question, so there's no general rule that this particular keyword needs to be deployed under your keyword, secondary keyword or LSI keywords. There's no general rule as such. This is just the guidelines that we are giving in order to make the process much more clearer to you, right? So what I would recommend that you do is secondary keywords are the subtopics that you would be writing in this particular article. For example, how dishwashers work is the main article here, and how to use dishwasher is something that you would be adding inside this particular article as a subheading, right? How to use dishwasher is one subheading. How does a dishwasher work is another subheading. How to use dishwasher machine can be another subheading or a particular subheading, or these two can be the same subheading. How to fix dishwasher in kitchen can be one more subheading. How a dishwasher works step by step can be other subheading. So this is how I want you guys to look at secondary keywords. And LSI keywords are these keywords which are probably synonyms to primary keywords, right? That is one point number one. It can be synonyms to the primary keyword. or it can be certain keywords that do not mean the same as the primary keyword, but it kind of increases the context of your article in itself, right? For example, say for example, you're writing an article about how to, or let's say, cold coffee recipe. Let's take this example. Cold coffee recipe is the article that you're writing on, and you'd probably use words like coffee beans in it, filters in it, milk in it, right? Water in it, ice in it, right? These are the keywords that you might usually use, or right? Guys, if it is making sense, please engage with me in the chat box so that I know whatever I'm telling is uh, you guys can understand it. So, right, coffee beans, liquids, or other liquids that you might be using, filters, ice, and all of those things. These doesn't necessarily be synonyms to cold coffee recipe, right? But what does it tell Google, right? It tells Google that you have listed out all the ingredients that go into making cold coffee recipe. That's what it means. So, increasing the context by adding these small chotu keywords in the article. You'll be sprinkling all of these keywords in the article so that Google gets a better idea of what you're writing. For example, Sanjay gave you guys an example of the Apple brand, right? How does Google even know uh, that the apple that you're talking about is something related to a mobile phone and not the fruit apple, right? So that's what it means. So LSI keywords are those kind of keywords. It can be long tail. Both of these secondary and LSI keywords can be long tail. So that's the general rule, secondary and LSI keyword segregation. Is that clear, guys? I'll share this particular sheet with you guys so that you guys can like go through it and like understand it and everything. Right? A lot of guys were also asking for examples in the digital marketing industry. So what I've done is, since most of you guys are from DDIP, Deepak has, can we consider the LSI keywords as subtopics in an article? Yes, so they definitely can consider it as subtopics. Uh, Again, there's no uh, rule saying that you can't, because at the end of the day, you're using all of these 11 keywords in your particular article, right? And Google is not going to understand, oh, you chose this as secondary keywords, but you have used here as LSI keywords and everything. Anmol, please. So you might know Digital Deepak. So what we'll do is, let's see one of the articles that he has written that is quite getting some traction in the search engines, right? Top 25 digital marketing interview questions and answers. Just before I came to the session, I quickly stripped down what might be the possible keywords that he has used in this particular article. So you will see that top 25 digital marketing interview questions and answers is the topic here. And preparing for your digital marketing interview, managing your anxiety, some important areas, SEO, SEM, and all of those things. So what I've done is I quickly done a keyword research for it. So this is what I'm guessing. This might not be his exact keyword research, but this is what I'm guessing he might have done. So digital marketing interview questions is the primary keyword here because it has 150 volume, right? The competition also is pretty low when you do the quantitative competitor analysis. And SEO interview questions PDF, again 100 volume. So SEO interview questions can be a subtopic, right? Under digital marketing interview questions has a generic topic. You are writing SEO interview questions that are being asked in the interview has a subtopic. Again, digital marketing interview questions for freshers, especially. What are the basic questions that employers might ask these people in an interview? SEM, search engine marketing interview questions, which is related to Google Ads and all of those things. Digital marketing MCQ, again 600 volume. Fundamentals of digital marketing answers, interview questions for digital marketing manager, social media interview questions for freshers. These are the only secondary keywords that I've put in here, but there are a lot more that you can find. And now coming to LSI keywords, digital marketing interview questions and answers, it's pretty similar to what your primary keyword is, but is in the long tail form. So I've chosen it as LSI keywords here. Again, questions and answers PDF again is giving some 100 volume. Interview questions for digital marketing executive, digital marketing interview. Is that clear, guys? Is this particular keyword group clear? it doesn't matter if you are including some of these keywords in under secondary or some of the secondary keywords under LSI. It's fine. The only criteria for you to find is this particular 150 volume here that is there for this primary keyword. In your case, should have a volume of 30, right? LSI volume also is picked up from Ahrefs. And again, one more thing is that your LSI keywords or your secondary keywords can have a volume of 0. That's completely fine. When you're choosing a primary keyword that has a volume of 30 or 50, for example, which is already at the lower side of things, your secondary keyword most probably will not have any kind of volume. It's completely fine that way, right? Here, your only focus is to target this particular primary keyword while making sure Google also understands what your article talks about and everything, right? That is why you're probably including LSI keywords and secondary keywords. Is that clear, guys? So some of your secondary keywords can have a volume of 0. LSI also keywords can have a volume of 0. It's completely fine. The approach we are taking is completely different. And if you're following this exact approach, right, you will be probably the first ones to get results by the end of this program. If you're doing it this way, and if you're finding in very specific high intent keywords with less volume, you'll still be able to get some traffic of 50, right? If you're targeting probably a primary keyword that has 5,000 volume and has so much competition around it, after 6 months down the line, you might not even like appear on the first page. And what's the point of doing all of those things, right? So since you're starting new, what you're trying to do is finding very high intent keywords with less volume so that nobody else is targeting, or there's very less competition out there for that particular primary keyword, and ranking for it. Once you start ranking for it, even if you get a traffic of say about 10 or 20 from that particular blog, is way better than getting nothing out of targeting 5,000 words, 5,000 volume ka keyword, right? Is that clear? Is that making sense? So once you write 5 or 6 topics in your particular niche that has less volume, you start getting 20 cumulative of say about 100 or 200 volume. Once you start getting in 200 volume, now this is when the other two elements in your SEO kicks in, right? So Sanjay has already talked about it: relevancy, authority, and then user signals, right? So for your authority to come into picture and your user signals to come into picture, your blog needs some kind of traffic in the first place. So relevancy if you target very high intent keywords, if you start getting in some kind of traffics, Google understands that you've written well, written your article pretty well, depending on how users are interacting. That is when user signals will come into picture. And once you start generating 50 traffic across 5-6 articles, you'll start getting 250 traffic and everything. And that is when your authority starts building in. Is that clear, guys? That's like, again, I'm going to the basics because that is something that you guys were concerned about. What if I have 0 volume? Why should I include it, right? And there's also one more benefit, which we will talk in the session number 9 or 10, I guess, when voice SEO comes into picture. Because usually with voice SEO, nobody is going to say dishwasher works, right? Nobody's going to say dishwasher works. When they're talking to a Google Assistant or any virtual assistant for that matter of fact, they're going to say how dishwasher works in India. Okay, Google, how dishwasher works in India, right? So that's a very long tail keyword. And going forward, has that voice search comes into picture, your long tail keywords are eventually will get some kind of volume here, right? The ones that you see 0 today, 6 months or 1 year down the line might have some volume of 20, right? Is that clear? So that's that. And I've done a couple of other keyword research as well. So let's talk about sinus infection symptoms here. Right, something in the medical industry. Sinus infection symptoms has 1,300 volume. Symptoms of sinus infection has 200 volume. Sinus infection symptoms and treatment has 20 volume, and all of those things. You can like take this sheet as an example for you and like go through it and understand it and do everything else. So background verification process, I guess this is something that MNC companies are usually using these days. So it's a very new term. Not everybody knew that there's something called as background verification process. If you see the volume for this particular keyword back 3 years or 4 years back down the line, it would have been like 20, 30. Not many people would have been searching for it. Now that it has come into trend and everything, it has got some 600 volume. Right? Is that clear, guys? So do not worry too much about the volume game here. Let's try to focus on the intent of the keyword. And right, so plan an event, how to plan an event planning for companies, event planning app, how to checklist management process, template, tips, ideas, tools, worksheet, and everything. Is that clear again? I'll show you one more example. And here's what will happen, guys. So say, for example, you're targeting 11 keywords that has very little volume, a cumulative volume of say about 200 or 300, right? So once you start ranking for this particular keywords, what will happen is Google will automatically place you and rank you for all the other keywords that you have not even targeted. And I'm being very serious about this. This is a very clear example from our client itself. So we wrote this article for them, nail rubbing benefits, right? 390 volume, and you'll see benefits of nail rubbing, 90 volume, rubbing nail disadvantages, side effects, signs, benefits for hair, 10 volume, and all of those things. See, just 10 volume. We have taken something that has LSI keyword volume ka 10, but I'll show you how much volume it is getting and what are the keywords that it is ranking for right now. We have not even targeted that particular keyword in our article, but Google understood the article so well, and Google took all the user signals that were coming into the blog, and it's, you can still see it. Nail rubbing benefits is the primary keyword here, and you can still see that it's ranking on the second position here, right? We also were getting like the featured image sometime back, but it's been a year that we have stopped working with them, and they're not consistently producing content right now. Can you guys see this? How cool is this, right? Nail rubbing benefits that has like 390 volume here is ranking on the second position on Google, right? That's fine, Mitra. People who are going to read about the benefits might also want to read the disadvantages as well. It's just that they have typed in the benefits as the keyword, but it need not necessarily mean that if they see the disadvantages section, they're going to, oh, no, I'm not going to read this particular section, right? They're still going to read it. And the more components that you add to your blog and make it the more lengthier and interesting in the at the same place, what happens is the amount of time people are spending on your blog increases, right? And that's a very good signal for Google. Google thinks that, oh, people are coming to this particular blog and spending like good 2 to 3 minutes reading the entire article, which means that it should be very good, right? That's the kind of user signals that users will send back to Google, right? So I'll open up this article. You can see all the subheadings and everything. All right, I'll also share this particular link in the chat box for you guys to go through it later. Once I share this particular article, you can like check if these keywords are present in the article and where they're present in the article. All right. So you will see this particular thing. And now let me go into Ahrefs. So you will need the premium version to check out what are the keywords that this particular link is ranking for. 1 minute, guys. Give me 1 minute while I log in. Virendra Vyas, yes, there's a particular plugin. I guess it's called as Easy Table of Contents plugin. You can find it in your WordPress repository. Go to plugins, add new. In the search box, you just search for Easy Table of Contents plugin, and you'll be able to see that plugin. Just like Google or check on YouTube how to set it up. You can add this particular section here. So let me go into this particular section here. In the meantime, you guys let me know if you guys are following whatever I'm saying right now. Just type in following if you guys are following with whatever I'm saying, if it is making sense. Okay. Awesome. All right. So can you see the organic traffic here from this one article, right? 866 is the traffic that we are getting, but we have only targeted a primary keyword of 390, right? Even if you combine all of those keywords that we have targeted, you might not really see 860. 860 is the total volume that we have targeted, and 860 is what you are seeing here, right? I'll go to the organic search part here. You will also see the trend that was showing up some months back when we were consistently publishing and everything. Oh my God, why is this so slow? Right, so you can see this peak here that has hit for this particular article. See, in the month of Jan 2020, it almost hit like 1300 in a particular day. 1300 in a particular day, right? We only targeted 860 volume for the entire month. Whatever volume that you're seeing in Ahrefs is for the entire month. But you can see that the traffic that we started hitting is 1381 in a single day, right? That's how powerful SEO is. So these are the particular keywords that is ranking for in the USA. Let's check India country here. Right, I'll show you one of the keywords that started ranking in that we didn't even know about, or we didn't even have an idea about. That is this particular word here, Balayam Yoga Reviews. So it basically means nail rubbing benefits in other terms, or other this thing is called as Balayam work or Balayam exercise. That's the Balayam benefits. You can see that it's getting a traffic of 60 already, and we didn't even target this in the article in itself. You can go ahead and like look at the keywords. There's no Balayam keyword at all. So Google understood that this article means the same, and then they started ranking it for the particular keyword, right? So if you see Balayam Yoga 200, and we were getting a traffic of 12 right now, it's much more in the previous months. So rubbing fingernails is something that we haven't targeted at all. You can see the traffic is 70. You will not get this particular data in the free version, guys. So this is something that you have to do later on. We'll get to that. As of now, you get used to this particular process that we're talking about. This is super, super, super important. Let's not depend too much on tools. Let's understand what are the kind of keywords people might be searching for, and let's like optimize for the same, right? So performance marketing, a lot of you guys in the digital marketing industry, right? Always go behind certain topics that everybody is talking about. What's the point? Like already Deepak is ranking for it, already Saurabh Jain is ranking for it, and all of these other guys, SEO Journal, SEO, Search Engine Land, all of these guys are ranking for it, right? There's no point of going behind those topics. So what I've done for my own blog is I've gone behind something called as performance marketing. This is what exactly I've been doing for the last 3+ years, running ads on different media buyer, running ads on different platforms. So what I've done is I've written an article on performance marketing. It has a volume of 3,200, by the way, and the competition is super low. I am showing this right in front of you. I don't mind you guys copying it and doing whatever it is, right? So this is something that I've copied exactly from my Google sheet that I did research for before writing this particular article. So performance marketing, meaning what is performance marketing and everything. And I will show you the particular article as well for your reference if you want it. Right. This is like a very new blog. I am just writing whenever I find some time. It's not like optimized or something. So this is a 3,000 words article, by the way, guys. So you will see all the keywords that have been used, right, on this particular article. So who implements performance-based marketing? How does performance marketing work is a very good subheading and is one of the secondary keywords, I guess. Okay, what is performance marketing is one of the secondary keywords, and you will see it here. What is performance marketing? Performance marketing meaning is also a keyword, right? So I'll also put this in the research sheet for you guys to refer to somewhere here. All right. A couple of people were also asking in the wellness industry and everything. So if this falls under it, so home workout plan. So this is something that did not even have volume 1 year or 3 years back before COVID even hit, right? So now they have a volume of 700. More people are searching for it. Home workout plan, no equipment, workout plan, workout routine at home, workout schedule at home, best home workout, and everything. And these are the kind of keywords that I've figured out from this particular article. I guess the nerd fitness again, right? That we saw it in the first example. So again, you can take this as a reference. So even if you guys have a volume of 30 and everything, it's completely fine, guys. Is that clear, guys? So that's a small demo, and I'll show you one more keyword tool so that you can find more suggestions and then use that particular keyword and put it back into Ahrefs. Okay, so I'll just log out from here. Right, so the problem with Ahrefs is it doesn't give you enough suggestions. For obvious reasons, it wants you to buy their premium plan. But then what we'll do is we'll do a small growth hack, for example, and let's go to this particular tool, keywordtool.io. I'm putting it in the chat box. Guys, if you're on your laptop, please make sure you open the link and share it with the other people in the community who will be asking it later on. So what we'll do is, let's say, guys, anybody can give me one subtopic or topic or one primary keyword or one seed keyword, one example. Let's say, for example, wealth management, right? Let's take this wealth management. Oh my God. Right, let's click on find keywords, do the reCAPTCHA thing. Right, so you will see a bunch of keywords here, and right now Ahrefs is giving you enough suggestions. Just in case it doesn't give you enough suggestions, what you can do is put this keyword back into Ahrefs. Will show you a max of 100 keywords. Put this keyword back into your keywordtool.io and select your country and your language and click on search. So you can also use this particular tool while doing keyword research. Give it some time for it to like load and like fetch all the suggestions and everything. So the problem with this particular tool is that it will not show you the search volume, right? It will only show you the suggestions. So what you can do in order to combine and make things easy is pick up, see, there will be like a ton of keywords. See, it goes up to 5 pages. There's a ton of keywords that you'll find out. So what you can do is like pick up one of these keywords, right? From here, go back to Ahrefs and see what are their volumes. Okay. This process is obviously tedious. I'm not saying it's not, but once you do this, guys, SEO is an asset, right? Like you saw, we targeted like 860 volume for an entire month, but then we ended up getting 3,000 volume in a single day, right? That's how SEO works. So you will see the volume here, 60 volume, wealth management app, personal wealth management app. So this can be one of your topics in its whole, right? Wealth management app can be a primary keyword. Personal wealth management hack can be a secondary keywords, and all of these secondary keywords. Find more secondary keywords from Google suggestions itself, right? Or pick up few more keywords from here. Even if it has 0 or 10 volume, you can still add it, and your cumulative volume will slightly be around 100. It's completely fine. Is that clear, guys? Is this a good thing that I've taught you guys? Is it helpful? Let me know in the chat box. Okay, wonderful, guys. So do all of this process and then let me know in the community group if you are able to find keywords right now. So now you get an overall idea of how you can find keywords, right? Can you show once again for LSI? Mayappan, you can just choose wealth management app India as your LSI keyword, right? You don't have to like put it into secondary keyword. You can choose this as an LSI keyword, or else you can like go back here and find some more LSI keywords, right? Okay, let's say wealth management banking, right? Wealth management books can be your LSI keywords. Wealth management career can be your LSI keywords. Wealth management course can be your LSI keywords for a particular topic if you're choosing it. So all of these can be your LSI keywords. It's just that how you segregate it. All right. Just like I said, you don't have to necessarily differentiate between LSI and secondary keywords. Secondary keywords is something that goes into your subheadings, right? Once you chart out your outline for your particular article, whatever can go into your subheadings can be your secondary keywords, and whatever can go inside the content itself under this second subtopics, right? Subheadings can be your LSI keywords. Like I said, coffee beans, water, rice, filters, all of these can be your LSI keywords. Yes, banking services also might have a ton of research. It's obvious that I cannot help you guys out with all the industries here, because what happens is I need to know about your industry before doing keyword research. That's very, very important, because see, for example, when we're doing keyword research for this particular topic, I didn't even know that there's something called as Balayam technique. How will I ever know, right? If I had some kind of knowledge around it, I would have known, right? We missed it in the research, but Google, since we approached with this particular process, Google understood it very well than we did, and it ranked for this particular keyword. So it's very important for you to have some kind of knowledge. If you don't have some kind of knowledge, what I would recommend you do is you read like 10 blogs before going ahead and like doing keyword research. That gives you a clear idea of what are the other kinds of keywords that people are using, or what it is technically called, right, in the banking industry or whatever it is. Is that clear, guys? Yes, LSI can be a long tail keyword. Secondary keywords also can be a long tail keyword. Okay, that's not a problem. Again, there's no rule as such. These are only guidelines. Awesome, guys. I hope that cleared a bunch of your questions. So let's start. Let me open up the resources sheet here, and let me open up the task sheet. So I have done keyword research for about 1,000 articles for now, until now. That's why I might find it much more easy. Since you're doing it for the first time, obviously you will find it very tedious, very complicated, and all of those things. It's just, it goes with practice, right? When you do keyword research for 5, 6 groups, you will eventually get a hang of it, and then you will do it with much more ease. Everybody who has completed the previous batches also have felt the same thing, so you don't have to worry if you're feeling that. And it's okay if you're making mistakes here. Okay, it's completely fine if you're making mistakes with your keyword research tool. Going forward, when we learn about the other things in SEO, you'll also interrelate and correlate things between your keyword research and those other topics that we'll be talking about, and then you will come back and you can always rework on this and make it much more neater and much more precise if you want. Arpita, put your question in the Q&A tab and I will answer it. I'll tell you how you can approach certain topics, those kind of topics. Okay, wonderful. Anmol is saying it is now getting as a habit. Thanks to Shreyas for making us understand in a simple way we could complete. No worries, guys. Happy to help always. We obviously see this is again, we are already 1 hour down the line. So we obviously cannot include all of these small things in your main session. We wanted you guys to find it difficult, right? When you just came out of your session 2, and this is a session that will help you ease out the process. That's how it has been structured. Right, this is the task sheet. Put in your name, email ID, and everything. So topic, again, for example, here, oh my god, did I close that particular tab? Right, put in your topic name or your article headline, title as such. Put in your primary keyword, put in your secondary keywords. You don't have to mention the volume for any of these keywords, but if you want to mention, say for example, you can say how dishwasher. Oh my god. Right, how dishwasher works, and put an hyphen and put their volume in front of it. That also works. Right, we will also ask you for a screenshot for that primary keyword, which you have to show with the minimum volume of 30. Right, so put in all your keywords here, and make a total of all of these keyword volumes. For example, here, right, for example here, make a total of the primary keywords, secondary keywords, and LSI keywords. See here, all of these keywords have a volume of 0. It's fine. Right, 1680 is the total volume here. Put them in the last box here, 1680. This is the total volume that you're cumulatively targeting for that entire article. And competitive metric, let's say, for example, let's take this particular example. This has been already demonstrated in the main session, but I will show it to you guys once again so that you have an idea. So put this particular primary keyword within the quotes with 2 in quotes, and search for it, and you will see something called about 45,300 results, right? This might keep on, this number is not very accurate for every location as such. If you're browsing it from a different location, it might be way different. So don't worry, whatever it shows here, just put this. This is again to get an idea of how much the competition is. It need not be very accurate. For example, so 45,300, drop it here in quotes section, 45,300, right? And go back here, just add in title to it, in title and colon. See, you will see that 862 results. Do you guys know what does this particular 862 number mean? Let me know in the chat box. Right, yeah, Justin has got it right. Everybody, most of you guys have got it right? So it means that sinus infection symptoms has been optimized for the particular title as well. This particular title doesn't have it, right? So sinus infection symptoms, can you see this particular word in the title? Right, in title is for this particular exact match or phrase match that is being used in the titles, right? So you can already see that the number has drastically reduced. It was some, how much was it? So 45,000 was the number of websites that were trying to optimize for this particular sinus keyword, but then there is only 862 websites that have actually optimized it and used it in the title, right? So you have already reduced and cut through all the competition right there. So next one is in URL. This is also important, right? Again, 828, it has slightly reduced. It might change sometimes. It's completely fine. Whatever you are seeing here, just drop it here. And then once you do that, you just make a total of all of those things. 46,990 is the total, right? So once you do this for all the 5 keyword groups, you then match all of this last total number here, right? 46,990. Another keyword group might have got a total of 5,000. Another keyword group might have got a total of 300. So the first article that you're going to write, you're going to choose the one that has the least total competitive metric. Is that clear? Out of the 5 total that you've got, whatever has the lowest one, you go ahead and like choose that for your article content writing. Is that clear, guys? Right, this screenshot, you can take it from the Ahrefs tool. Once you put in this particular primary keyword, you'll see a volume of 30 out there. Just take a screenshot of that particular page and embed it here. This is for the keyword difficulty, which is this particular screenshot. You can just take a screenshot of in URL, or you can take a screenshot of in title or in quotes. Anything works, any screenshots. You can use any screenshots for this particular question here. And search volume question, like I said, Ahrefs, go to Ahrefs, put in your primary keyword. It should show a volume of 30. Take a screenshot, put it here. Is that clear, guys? So I forgot why we use in URL. In URL again means, Mitra, that this particular sinus infection symptoms is used in the URL of this particular article, right? It's been optimized for the URL as well. If you can see this URL here, it says sinus infection symptoms, right? So it has been optimized for that particular URL as well, which is why we are checking out all the websites that have been optimized for this particular phrase here in the URL. Is that clear? All right. Sanjeev is asking, but topic in all 5 keyword groups has to be same, or it can be different? It has to be different. What is the point of even writing 5 articles around the same topic and same keyword, right? It will confuse Google in itself. Like you will start competing within your articles itself, right? So all of these 5 topics that you're choosing should be in your same niche, but it should be different topics, right? For example, if you see, this article, this thing is in the niche of skincare and nail salon as such, right? You will see articles like nail rubbing benefits. This is a different topic in itself. Nail health problems. This is a different topic. Top 10 vitamins for nails and nutrients to avoid fingernails splitting. Different topic. Best hair color for Indian skin tone and ideas. Different topic. But all of these fall under the same niche, right? That's what we are talking about. So you have to come up with 5 different topics that target 5 different primary keywords. Some of these in some of these niches which are very small, right, where there's not much of a demand, you will see that some of your secondary keywords and LSI keywords might conflict, which is fine. You can add in your secondary keyword from your keyword group 1 into your keyword group 2 as well. It can be the same, but your primary keyword has to be different. Is that clear, guys? 5 different topics from your niche, 5 different primary keywords you're going to target. Arpita, it can be from who is this? Sorry. Okay, Divya. No, the screenshot should be from the quantitative competitor research that you do with in URL, in quotes, and in title. So you can do it for either of this for the primary keyword. And this is done only for the primary keyword, guys. Only for this particular keyword, you're doing quantitative competitor metric, right? Is that clear? So you have to take a screenshot of the Google search page, which shows 45,330 as the results for this particular screenshot, not from Ahrefs. Arpita is asking keyword difficulty screenshot. I just explained. Shanta is asking, isn't keyword difficulty KD already on Ahrefs? So we'll come to that later, Shanta, as we go on to the other sessions. The KD that you see on Ahrefs is qualitative. That's the computation that Ahrefs is showing after they have crawled so many websites and they feel that that is the particular computation, right? This is called as quantitative competitor research. So this is slightly different. So for now, we are doing quantitative and not qualitative. Qualitative is something that we'll do later on. All right. Yes, same niche, but 5 different topics. Exactly. Suppose if digital marketing is the niche, so 5 keyword groups should be there. Yes, right. Again, digital marketing as a niche is very broad. If you can like trim it down and say, for example, SEO as a niche, you can write SEO tools. You can write a topic on SEO tools. You can write how to do keyword research, how to do on-page SEO optimization, how to build backlinks. All of these are different topics inside your SEO as a niche. All right, guys. With that, what I'll do is I'll stop sharing my screen and let's move on to the questions from the Q&A tab here. I hope the task sheet is clear, guys. I hope you don't have any other questions regarding the task sheet. Just let me know in the chat box if everything is clear with the task sheet. Awesome. All right. Okay, clear hai. Okay, I'll start taking in questions from the Q&A tab here. One screenshot from Google search engine which shows the quantitative competitor metric, and one more from Ahrefs which shows the volume. You will have the recording. Aram se sit back and watch it in 0.5x if you want it. Understand it and aram se do it. There's no hurry as such. You have time till Tuesday. And next Tuesday, you'll also be getting the results of assignment number 1 along with your cashback and everything. Rahul Anand is asking primary keyword should have a minimum volume of 30. Explain. I hope I have already answered this, Rahul Anand. If you still have any queries regarding it, just let me know. Okay. Samiran is asking, I'm not getting what to write in topic section. I have one niche. What should be the different topics? Like I said, you choose a niche, you find out other topics, go ahead and see what other people in your industry have written. That itself will give you so many topic ideas. Topic is just the title of your article. That's it. It can be anything, right? I hope that's clear. And this was asked at 8 p.m. So I hope that's already been answered. Khalid is saying my volume is less than 30 and I'm based from Dubai with the smaller population. Kindly advise. Khalid, I still feel that after, whatever I have explained, go back and do that research once. I am sure you'll find at least 5 keywords that has a primary volume of more than 30, right? Use the keywordtool.io in order to find more keyword suggestions, more keywords, and redo this entire process and see if you come back with a primary keyword of more than 30. If there is no volume at all, then you might probably want to target a different country than Dubai, say India or USA for such where there is volume, right? And once you target that particular country, eventually your blog will start ranking in Dubai as well. That's a workaround. Devendra is asking, is it okay if we have a less than 30 volume for secondary keyword research? Absolutely works. Justin is asking, amongst the 5 keyword groups that I have, one group consists of 11 keywords with location targeting USA instead of India because the traffic numbers are not available for India. Okay. So in that case, can I compare the competition with USA keyword group and the keyword groups based out of India while choosing the lowest competition and go ahead with it? Or should I look for a new topic with keyword groups? Preferably, I would say you look for a different keyword group that targets India for now, because you're doing the quantitative research for India as well. Otherwise, there's this is a different Justin, I guess, or if it is somebody cloning with your name, right? But it's a legit question, so let me answer it. So, yeah, I would recommend that you choose a different topic which has enough volume in India. Or what you can do is, while you're doing the quantitative competitor research, make sure you use a VPN, or make sure you're going to google.com in an incognito window where your location is not being tracked, so that it becomes a global competitor research, right? And then you can add in the competitive metric for that particular keyword. I hope that answers your question. There's no minimum volume for secondary and keyword LSI keywords as such. It can be 0, it can be 10, it can be 20, or if your primary keyword has a volume of 100, it can be 50, 80, whatever it is. But make sure the primary keyword that you're choosing has a very good intent. That's the only criteria, and a minimum of 30 volume. Devendra is asking, what if the in quotes volume is less than 10? You got lucky, Devendra. You should be happy that you got in quotes volume of less than 10. It means there's very less competition. So you obviously can write an article around it and then wait for it to get some volume in the later stages. Going to dismiss a couple of generic questions here. Already answered a lot of them. Okay, 5 keyword. Yes, 5 keyword groups and with 11 keywords in each group. Chandana is asking, can you please show an example? My niche is real estate, digital marketing, advertising for micro real estate business. So again, if your niche is that narrowed down, right, what will happen is, it's a good thing. It's not a bad thing at all. But what you have to do is you have to go a little broad. You have to go one step back and do the keyword research for generic topics, because if the niche is that narrowed down, you might not find enough keywords or enough topics that you can target for that particular niche as such. So go one step back and do keyword research for some generic topics around digital marketing for real estate. You'll find a ton of them, I'm sure. So, and then you approach it like that. Oh my God, there's still another 25 questions. Guys, if your question has been answered, you're free to leave the webinar and the session. It's completely fine. You don't have to wait. But if you want to check out the other questions, Neha Arora is asking, can we take any particular module from DM, as it is very vast topic, like related to Instagram ads? Yes, definitely you can take it. Just just trim down the topic to a particular section of Instagram, right? How to get engagement using Instagram Reels or something like that. The more specific, the better it will get. Anamika is asking, in the task sheet, it says part 1, keyword group 2. So please, can you clarify my topic remain same through keyword group 5? No, I just answered. It should be 5 different topics in the same niche, if that's what you're asking. It's 5 different topic in the same niche. Yes, Vivek Singh, you can definitely have more than 5 secondary keywords and 5 LSI keywords. The more number of keywords that you add in for the keyword group, the better it gets. But for the assignment task sheet, you just deploy 11 keywords because it becomes much more easier for our team to review and everything. But you can have it in your particular version of your Google Sheet. Mangesh, that's something out of context for this particular session. So I'm not going to answer it. Neha is asking, can we take secondary and LSI keywords with search volume more than the primary keyword? You can, but again, this is a mental. This is something that you have to use your brain and like common sense, right? It's something that the tools won't tell you. But if the secondary keyword is much broader than your primary keyword, I would recommend that you don't include it in your article or in your keyword research or in your keyword group at all, right? Because it will not make sense. So try and get secondary and LSI keywords that have less volume than the primary keyword. The majority of the cases, it will be like that. But then in some of the examples, even in the sheet that I'll be going to share you, there are certain secondary keywords that has more volume than the primary keyword, but then it is a long tail keyword, long tail form of keyword, and it also has very good intent. In such situations, you can include. I hope I have answered that, Neha. So Mangesh is asking, while writing article, should we use the exactly the same keyword as we have chosen in the keyword research sheet, or we can slightly modify it? Again, if you can use it naturally as it is, exact match of that particular keyword, that would be the best thing. But sometimes what happens is certain keywords are grammatically incorrect, right? In those situations, I would recommend that you slightly modify it. If you have to add in a stop word like off, in, at, somewhere in between, to make it grammatically correct, you can go ahead and like do it, or you can like rephrase it, right? You can interchange the words, like the first word can go at the end of the sentence and the end of the keyword, and the if there is three words, the last word can come in the beginning. That is also okay. But while you're writing article, make sure that it is grammatically correct and it is very natural. Don't just include the keywords for the sake of doing it. In the next session, we'll talk about how you can optimize it in your article and everything. For now, whatever you feel like doing, just do it and like write an article. You're not even going to publish this particular article in your blog, right? You're only going to submit it to us in a Google Docs. We will later in the next session tell you how you can optimize it and then go ahead and like publish it. Is that clear, Mangesh? I hope I have answered your question as well. Mangesh is saying Sanjay mentioned LSI keywords with respect to synonyms and related keywords while selecting. Yes, that is also absolutely fine. You can find LSI keywords that way as well. It's completely fine. There is, if you find that approach much more easier, you can use that. There's nothing that you have to be worried upon. So whatever finds easy for you guys, you can go ahead and like do it. Justin, this is something we'll be covering later on. How can we monetize the informational blog, long tail keywords to transactional keywords? That is something we will talk about later. And if it is not the real Justin, please make sure you change your name. Right? It's not a good thing to be using somebody else's name in order to be asking questions. Anmol, we are learning SEO here. How can we cover website design? Or are you asking website design as a keyword? Right? Definitely, we're not going to cover anything related to website designing. We have something covered for you at the end of the program. You will know Jackson will probably talk about it and everything. But for now, no website designing, only focus on SEO. Right? It's a 10 weeks program for SEO only. Justin is saying my niche is technical SEO. Should I focus on primary keywords only related to? I would recommend that you focus on keywords that are related to technical SEO for now. Once you write articles around all of these topics, then you can go a step back and cover on-page SEO and keyword research and all of those things. That's the approach I would take. Mangesh, how to choose subheadings and everything that Sanjay has already covered in the main session. Use the 6-step framework and read a lot of other blogs that have been targeting your primary keyword. From there, you will get a ton of subheading ideas and everything. Yes, Shanta Shetty, if the LSI keywords don't show any volume in Ahrefs or don't even show up as a suggestion in Ahrefs, you can put that LSI keyword as 0 volume. That's completely fine. Yes, total volume is the summation of your primary keyword, secondary keyword volume plus LSI search volumes. You're absolutely right, Shanta Shetty. Abbas is asking, we have to shortlist topic for blog on the basis of competition in code, in title, in URL. Then what is the significance of noting down volume? We'll get to that point later on, Abbas. Uh, uh, for now, you're choosing a particular keyword group with the lowest competitive metric. Doesn't matter how much volume it has and everything. We will talk about it later on. Okay, that's something you will understand it eventually when we go ahead and cover other topics inside SEO. My website is the rise of entrepreneurs.com. How can I find keywords for my website? The best way to do it is read a lot of other blogs that cover topics on entrepreneurship. Right, startups, you can write about startups, you can write stories about startup. They'll get a ton of funding courses, right? These are the topics that you can include. Arpita is asking, my domain name is hostelfood.com. Can I choose topic? Example, easy cooking recipes or top 5 evening snacks? Absolutely, yes. That's exactly what I was going to tell you when you put it in the chat box, because anyway, it has food in it. Absolutely, it works. Right? It definitely makes sense for you to be adding in articles that talk about easy cooking recipes. That's probably what the hostel guys and girls want, right? Evening snacks and everything. Absolutely fine. You're on the right path. You don't have to necessarily add hosteler in your keywords at all. Right? Breakfast, quick breakfast recipes. There's I guess we had written this particular article for one of our clients, if I can remember. So those are the topics that you can obviously write on. If digital marketing is niche, so we should have 5 different groups. Yes. I don't know what it means, may happen, but yes. Mangesh, like I said, if you're finding difficult in finding keyword suggestions, please use alsoask.com and the questions from the other website that Sanjay showed. I'm not remembering the name. There's something called as alsoask.com. You can check that out. Answer the Public is another website where we find keyword suggestions. Use the Google search in itself. The people also ask section. Yeah, answer Socrates. So use that particular section in order to find secondary and LSI keywords, and keywordtool.io. That will definitely give you a lot of suggestions. Avinash, yes, you have to write the copy paste the entire content of your article into the Google Doc and then save it as a PDF and submit it to us. As of now, we are not going to publish it on your websites, because the next session we will tell you how to optimize this particular article that you have written for on-page SEO, and then you can go ahead and publish it. I hope that's clear. Yes, Abhishek Parik, yes, it should be 5 different keyword groups related to a particular niche. Can we search for who is searching for this info, profile, age, etc.? I am not really sure what you're asking, Sanjeev. Can you rephrase it for me and give me the context? Bhaskar is asking, what is the max KD for a keyword that we can consider / target? There is no max KD for a keyword. There's nothing like that, right? Once you have chosen a niche, you have to figure out a way so that you can start ranking in for all of these long tail keywords in order to build that authority. Eventually, you want to write articles on broader topics as well. But then now, if you write it, you're not going to rank, right? Which is why we are taking the other route and writing content on informational articles with long tail keywords, ranking for it, and then eventually going for broader keywords. Eventually, you'll also write articles on keywords that are having a KD of say 70 plus, right? So that's something that we have to not consider as of now. Let's just stick to the quantitative competitor metric and the keyword volume. Can we get an extension for this assignment? Definitely not. That's why the Q&A session is here. You have to, first of all, you have to change your name, whoever it is, right? This is not okay for you to be using somebody else's name. So there's no assignment extension this time. You have Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 3 days of time, 5 keyword groups. That's it. Now that I've said you guys, you only need 30 volume for the primary keyword. Rest of the keywords you can easily take it from Google search and put it as LSI keywords with 0 volume. That's absolutely fine. So we should write 1,000 words article in case of the total count is low, example 30,000. I didn't get your question, Mayappan. You have to write 1,000 words article for any keyword group that you choose. That's the minimum that we want. Make it as detailed as possible so that tomorrow when it starts ranking, people shouldn't come to your website and say that, oh, this information is missing right here. I will just read a new article, and that kind of gives a bad effect, bad user signal to Google, and then will affect your SEO rankings. So write as detailed article as possible. Any sample for written article where all 11 keywords has been used? I have shared 2 links in the keyword research sheet that I'll be sharing. One is my own article that I wrote recently that has like most of the keywords in it. And one more is Sanjay's article, Sanjay's blog. You can go ahead and like check, or any other blog you can check in your niche. Amrinder is asking, can you repeat the plugin name, create site content block? I guess you're asking it for the table of contents. It's called Easy Table of Contents. Or else you can just type in table of contents in the WordPress repository and you will find a bunch of other plugins also that does the same job, that has the same functionality. Total cumulative count is 30,000. That's fine. Those are not interrelated here. Whatever is your cumulative count for the quantitative competitor metric, the one that is having the lowest total, choose that and write 1,000 words article. Mitra, can we get rid of the frustrating captcha if we buy the 7 days Ahrefs basic trial version for $7? Yes, you can get rid of the reCAPTCHA. If you want to make things easy, you can go ahead and use it. All right, guys. With that, we are pretty much done with all the questions in the Q&A tab. So if you have any other questions, let me know in the Q&A tab. In the meantime, I'll see if there is anything that I've missed. I had written a couple of pointers to be discussed. Okay, that's it from my end, guys. There's no article. Also, I'm getting users from USA and China. Not sure what you mean by that, Abdul. Mayappan, please send the recording session tomorrow morning in the resources sheet. It will be updated. So always go ahead and like check out the resources sheet. I usually drop the Q&A session recording as soon as it's ready in the Zoom today night itself. So you'll find it tomorrow morning, max by tomorrow morning. Okay. All right, guys, that was like 1.5 hour session on all your questions and concerns that you guys had. I hope I have cleared all your questions and whatever roadblocks that you guys had in order to complete the assignment. Let me know if it was helpful in the chat box, right? And Divya, for now, for assignment, I would recommend you write 1,000 words. It's mandatory. I'm not even recommending it. It's mandatory to write 1,000 words article. We'll tell you all the reasons. You'll understand why we are telling all of these things at the end of the program. But I would recommend that you do write 1,000 words article. Uh, Rahul Anand, keyword difficulty of your primary keyword. What do you mean by that, Rahul Anand? Can you give me more context so that I can answer that question real quick before we wind up the session? Justin is saying it was a great session and thank you for clearing our queries, Shreyas. Shanta is saying thank you. Thank you, Shanta, for showing up on a weekend, kind of weekend. Friday nights are always like weekends. So thank you so much, Justin. Keyword difficulty for your primary keyword means I just showed it in your showed it in the entire session, Rahul. You just have to put in your primary keyword in quotes, in URL and in title, and find the number of websites that have optimized for this particular keyword and then put it in the task sheet. That's the keyword difficulty for now, the quantitative keyword difficulty for now, right? You can like aram se sit back and watch the recording and understand each things. Abdul, it happens, right? You don't necessarily have to get traffic from the targeted country itself. For example, the nail spa blog that I showed you, we targeted only for Indian users, but then we got most of the users from USA and other countries as well, Canada and everything. So you'll definitely reach that position. Thank you, Khalid. Thank you, Mayappan. Thank you, Mitra. Thank you, Shanta Shetty. Thank you, Abdul. Thank you, Aisha. That it's left up to you. If you exceed 1,000 words, we'll be more than happy. You should be more than happy, but 1,000 words is just like the minimum criteria. All right. You can write 3,000 words article, 5,000 words article, left up to you. Thank you, Neha. Glad you liked it. Thank you, Hajira. Cleared all the doubts. I'm so glad that I could do that. Dibanjali, awesome. Really helpful session. Thanks, Shreyas. Thank you so much, Dibanjali. You are cool, says Vivek Singh. Thank you so much. Thanks for the support. Have a great day. Thanks. Awesome work, Shreyas. That's all that we have. All right, guys. Thank you so much for showing up on a Friday night. Hopefully, you guys will be working on your assignments even on your Saturdays, Sundays, and Monday. It's going to get intense from now on, right? Hopefully, you guys can make it before Tuesday 6 p.m. Make sure you do it before Tuesday 6 p.m. so that you get your cash back into your bank account. Tuesday 6 p.m. Yeah, Tuesday 8 p.m. you'll have the session. 90% before your 8 p.m. session, you'll get all the cashbacks in your bank accounts. You'll get a message. I'll also announce it in the WhatsApp announcement group whenever we process a cashback. Right? If there is any failed payments as such, we usually clear it in the next 3 days so that once we understand that the bank has sent us a notification saying that it was reversed, we usually process it again in a matter of 3 days. So please be patient and use the group um, as much as possible for all your questions, right? And Jackson will also be there. We have our solid mentors, Justin. Shout out to Justin, Mangala, Raksha, and Tobin, and Jackson, of course. Right? I'll see you guys in the next Friday's Q&A session for session number 3. Until then, take care. Good night. Yes, Raksha as well. Take care. Bye bye. Stay home. Stay safe. Don't be a part of people who might trigger the third COVID wave. I hope it doesn't happen, but stay safe. Have a good night. We'll wind up the session. Bye, guys.